Hey yo, how's it going guys and girls? My name's Chris and welcome to my channel, CSM Investing. All in your position at one stage. The unknown can be scary, and in some circumstances you should shy away from the unknown because it can be putting you in a dangerous situation. But without risking your life, it's going to be boring and you're not going to get anywhere. And with risk, there comes investing. And with investing, there comes risk. Obviously, don't shy away from investing. We're going to go through it together and just show you that being a beginner investor isn't all that scary. This video, we're going to go over what it's like being a beginner investor, how I became an investor, the advantages, disadvantages, the doubters, and obviously do your research. I understand that in this video I'm not going to be giving you any financial advice, but better be safe than sorry. So, I am not a financial advisor, and anything that I do say, please take with a pinch of salt. And since you're all here, I hope you enjoy the video. Now I get it, the feeling of, are you risking your money? Is your money going to be safe at first? It all rushes through your mind, and I understand why. Maybe you heard about the stock market and how you can make loads of money through a friend, but does that sound right to you? A bank has security, the banks are safe, the banks are what you know. And because your friend's making a killing in the stock market, does that mean you'll make a killing in the stock market? It's all a weighing balance, but when you actually do your research and you find out what's going on, then you'll know a little bit more. But the beginning stages can be frightening, and maybe you might be thinking, do I even have enough money? So what would be the point? Trust me, I know that's how it all begins. How can you trust a platform with your money? How can you trust them? What are the fees? What if it's a scam? There are so many feelings that will flush through your body, whether that's nausea, fear, excitement, greed. There are so many. But there is one thing that you need to learn as a beginner investor, and that would be to control your emotions. Now, if you do this, you will be set from the get-go, and I can promise you that. But if not, I do not suggest investing, as if your emotions get in the way, that's where things can get a little bit risky and dangerous. The reasons for this are because maybe you think, oh, this is a great stock. Carry on buying and buying. You see it going green and green, and you always think, oh, I'm going to pour more money, I'm going to put more in here, put more in there. And you literally got one stock. You got no diversity in there. You need to have a diverse portfolio. Let's just put that out there first. But if you only have one stock, and yeah, it might be green for now, but it doesn't always pan out that way. If it's always on a upward trajectory, at some point it's going to come crashing down. Now, that might be for many reasons. Maybe you didn't do your research. You just wanted to jump in on a stock that your friend's in. But just be careful. It could also be because of something called FOMO. This is the fear of missing out. Now, if this is you, please relax, okay? During your lifetime, there are going to be plenty of opportunities, great opportunities to jump in on. You don't need to spread yourself too thin. And one of the last reasons could be if you have a red portfolio, you may sell out because you're stressed, because you see that red, you're panicking and you don't know what you're doing. But if you just held on that a little bit longer, because you might have actually had a really good stock, you could have been in the green. So as you can see, there are loads of ways that your feelings can interfere with the stock market, with your investing as a beginner. Just try and keep them under control. Now, I wouldn't say that there are loads and loads of advantages of being a beginner, especially over someone who's been in the system of investing for years and years. But when I say advantages, I mean it in a different way. I mean you have an advantage over thousands and thousands of other people, as you've actually taken this step to becoming financially free and making passive income even while you're sleeping. You have now stepped into a world where you can actually create a retirement fund through a stocks and shares ISA. But not only that, you can also say a massive screw you to the government, as everything in that stocks and shares ISA is tax free. And as a beginner, you get this amazing rush where you are now starting this amazing journey. You can become financially free. And I genuinely applaud you. Obviously, like anything, there are going to be some disadvantages, but you clearly knew that before getting into investing. And it's because anything worth doing isn't going to be easy. And trust me when I say this isn't easy. You have to put the time and effort into actually making sure that the companies you're invested in will make a profit. And you have to do this through research. If you're anything like me as well, it's going to be a little bit harder for you, as I like to invest in SPAC companies which are used to form mergers. Now, these are particularly more difficult to actually invest in, as usually the companies that they're merging with haven't made any revenue and haven't made any sales basically. So it's difficult to actually look at the PE ratios and market caps. But as long as you've picked a good sector, looked at their competitors and they have good management, you've probably got a winner on your hands. Obviously, another disadvantage is going to be for you as a beginner that you don't really know much, which is obvious is going to be a disadvantage and a bad thing for you. But you can easily overcome this. It's not difficult. YouTube is an amazing tool, and you can literally use it in so many different ways. Learn and do the research. Here's the thing. At the beginning of my investing career, let's just call it that, I kind of got discouraged and put down because of some people telling me that I'll never make it and that it is a scam. Me personally, I'm usually the type of person that will always thrive off people's negative perceptions of me, telling me that I can't do it, you're not good enough. Whether that be family members, friends, people who I don't even know. I thrive off people telling me that I can't do something. But when it came to investing, I had doubts at the beginning myself. So when I finally actually told someone that I'm going to do it, and they turned around and went, you ain't gonna make it, you're stupid, that knocked me back even further. I'm not even going to lie to you. But when I shut up and stopped telling people what I was going to do and actually just did it, did the research, made sure that I knew that what I was doing, I'm literally the happiest I've ever been. I make money while I'm sleeping. I don't have to struggle. Obviously, I'm not here gonna go, oh, I'm making millions, because I'm not at the moment. But I will be. I've seen the process. I've seen how dividends can help. I've seen how if you choose the right company, your money will go up. Now, doesn't that sound good? Listen, just take this advice. Don't listen to other people. They're either just jealous because you've done it, and because they maybe don't understand what you're doing, or they just don't want to see you succeed. So genuinely, don't listen. And lastly, it's as simple as this. Do the research. You need to know why you're invested in a stock, what stock you're obviously invested in, yeah? It's just genuinely, and are the credentials of that stock good? Don't just take a hot tip off someone. So just a quick story time for all you people that have actually made it to the end, and then my final thoughts. So before I actually started my investing journey, all I ever did was watch YouTube, not in a productive way, but in a way where I was just watching gaming videos. All I did was come home from work, sit down on my ass and just DOS. But then one day I was talking to my colleague at work and we were literally just discussing what we do with our day-to-day lives. And when I told him, he was disgusted with me. He turned around and he was the one that told me that YouTube can be an amazing tool for learning rather than me just sitting watching gaming videos. And he sort of gave me that kick up my ass that I needed and helped me reevaluate what I was actually doing with my life. So when I went home, I did a bit of research and I actually stumbled over an article that said, right, here's some Bitcoin. No, not here's some Bitcoin, but invest in Bitcoin. And to be honest, I very nearly got scammed by this, so I am glad that I never jumped right into it and I actually did some research around the subject. So when I did carry on learning, I stumbled over an amazing YouTuber called Steph, and that changed my life forever. So this part is just to say thank you to my colleague and genuinely thank you to Stephen, as now rather than making one source of income, I'm actually making 4. My final thoughts here are that life is what you make it. Obviously for you beginner investors out there, it isn't an easy process, but it is 100% worth it. Enjoy the journey. I'm Chris and thanks for coming to my channel. Peace.